What's up, guys? Anthony checking in here with you. I'm going to give you a little fishing report for Northern California, where we've been recently and kind of what we're looking forward to here in the few weeks coming up. So kind of our shining star has been the Sac, the Lower Sac. The last couple of weeks we've had some really nice early spring weather. The fishing has been good, really good some days. We got some weather coming in the next few days, so that we're going to expect the fishing to remain good, but with clouds and drizzle, we're going to expect the mayfly hatches to get going. I know we've had a few days last week. We had small little windows to fish the dry fly, which we don't expect every day, but it's been kind of a cool change of pace to get to do that a little bit. As we get some clouds coming, it looks like we're going to get some more of those mayfly hatches. PMDs and blue-winged olives and even March browns are kind of the three main bugs that we're paying attention to right now. The warmer days, we've had a number of caddis coming off. It hasn't been a super specific hatch yet. We've had kind of a smorgasbord, so switching your rig up a little bit, changing bugs to kind of match what's happening that day has been important. You find the right recipe, the fishing can be fantastic. And we're expecting that to continue here, even with a little bit of weather showing up and putting some clouds and some drizzle on the river. One thing we should touch on just really quick on the Sac, this time of year there's a lot of trout that are spawning. They're getting ready to, or they're post-spawn, or they're in the middle of it. And there's a few spots very specific that these fish conjugate in and spawn in. And we really like to stay away from those specific spots. The upper river in Redding, there's a handful of spots by the trout will conjugate by the hundreds and spawn in those areas. We really like to let the trout do their thing in peace, and you don't want to go in there and pick on those fish all day. There's going to be plenty of fish around those areas that aren't spawning or have already spawned. A lot of water to fish without fishing those specific spots. So that's one thing we want to stress a little bit more this year. There's some big reds that the trout are spawning on, and we want to stay away from them. A good way to ID those reds is clean gravel. You know, the river's really clear right now. You can see 8-10 feet down. You see clean gravel or spots where salmon spawn typically in the fall. Trout are going to use the same reds, so you don't want to put a bunch of effort into fishing those spots. Fish are more vulnerable there, and it's not great for the reproduction path that they're taking there and kicking eggs out and trying to reproduce. So if you can avoid those spots, that would be awesome for perpetuating the next generation of fish. So that's kind of it. Lower Sac, really excited for the upcoming couple weeks. Some clouds, more mayflies. Let's touch now on the Upper Sac. So there's a couple small walk and wade streams that have been really good. We've had a few of the boys out on the Upper Sac and the Pit recently. The flows are pretty low on those rivers. The Upper Sac's around 400. Awesome spring flow, very wadeable, accommodating to cross in a lot of spots. You're going to have stoneflies moving around this time of year with the warmer weather. You're going to have little mayflies, and there's some nice fish around. Some big fish that come up from the lake this time of year are going to be on the Upper Sac. You're going to see plenty of little ones, but there are some really quality fish that you can run into this time of year. Really cool option to get out of the boat and hike for the day. Some really fun water, especially at these flows. The last 2 years we've had big water and not necessarily the accommodating flow that we have this year. So Upper Sac is a really cool trip, one we suggest checking out. If it's not with us, go up there. There's 40 miles of river to go explore. Some really fun fishing to be had. And then the Pit is the other one. The Pit's been really good, especially with the warmer weather. Fun, smaller stream, pocket water, tight line nymphing. Fun place to take the indicator off and tight line all the pocket water. You're not going to have a lot of dry fly fishing this time of year on either of those rivers, but the subsurface game can be sick, can be really good. And you're not going to see a lot of people out right now either. So those are kind of the three main venues that we're focusing our efforts on the past couple weeks and looking forward to the next couple weeks. We have Trout opener coming up at the very end of April, the last Saturday in April. So that opens up the McLeod, Fall River, and Hat Creek are kind of the main ones we're looking forward to fishing there. Again, that's at the end of April. So you guys want to get on some of those rivers the first week or two they open. This year conditions are looking pretty prime to get out there and do your thing. I think that's it, guys. That's most of what we've been doing, and we've got some really cool shit to look forward to. We're excited as guides and anglers. We're really excited for Northern California, what we have coming up for the next couple weeks. So stay tuned. We'll try and drop you guys some pictures and video as we're on the water every day and keep you guys excited. Thanks.